We ready? You introduce me or you want me to introduce myself? I'm Scott Leslie, so it's good to be here, and I appreciate y'all having dinner with me, or letting me have dinner with you. The song's called Somewhere Close to Nowhere. I'm from a small patch of ground just south in a cotton town, about 8 miles off Highway 102. Jeannie Mae was our homecoming queen back when she was 17, and it's her and me, fancy free, shooting for the moon. Big trucks, 8-point bucks, getting in the mud, but we never got stuck. Funnel cakes and county fairs. There were tire swings, promise rings, and being on the river was everything. You got time to spare, well, that's living somewhere close to nowhere. Let's go to the swimming hole. It's alright if you bring your old cane pole. The fish are biting around about noon, and we'll take a ride in your old cougar. Wind's cold, it'll whip right through you. We never had a single thing to do. And big trucks, 8-point bucks, getting in the mud, but we never got stuck. Funnel cakes and county fairs. Here were tire swings, promise rings, and being on the river was everything. You got time to spare, well, that's living. I wouldn't trade it for a sack full of gold. Blue eyes, clear night skies, 17 years old. Big trucks, 8-point bucks, getting in the mud, but we never got stuck. May turned 32 and looked the same as she did in high school. She's lost the smile of our homecoming queen. I go home every now and then, and I visit family and sit with my friends. They only talk about when we were 17. Big trucks, 8-point bucks, getting in the mud, but we never got stuck. Funnel cakes and county fairs. There were tire swings, promise rings, and being on the river was everything. You got time to spare, well, that's living. Oh, that's living somewhere close to nowhere. Big trucks, 8-point bucks, getting in the mud, but we never got stuck. Like a lot of folks, I've got about 4 guitars at my house, and I usually leave one of them in the case, and this is the one I always leave in the case because there's a dent right there in it, and I had to save about 3 years to buy a guitar to put a dent in it right there. So if it goes out of tune every once in a while, it's because it doesn't get played very much. I have a guitar sitting on my wall like that don't have a scratch in them, but the one that I take care of, it's got a dent. So if it goes out of tune, it's kind of natural. I wrote this song a couple years ago around Christmas time, but it is not a Christmas song. I just got out of a pretty decently long relationship, and I started looking at the Christmas tree and the stockings, and I started thinking, what would it be like if there was one more stocking on that mantle? And I realized when you get in that situation, you just have to try to go to one more day. Sometimes I wonder how I could say the words I said back then and feel this way now. Some nights I look around and I picture how life would change had you not walked out, and I try to believe think about where we could be now. And someday I curse the dawn for reminding me that yesterday is coming, now it's gone. Somehow I will survive, feeding off the memories that keep the dream alive. And I try to believe this is what is best for you and me. And I try to figure out, but I can't help to stop and think about where we could be now. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Oh, days have turned to years, and 1,000 nights in my life I've wanted you here. And I'll try. Somewhere, I wonder if we were sitting home all alone and struggling with this. And I tried to believe this is what is best for you and me. And I tried to make it through one more day of living without you. And I'll try. Steve, I promise, one of the times when you take a picture, I will have both of my eyes open. So I won't do one. I wrote this song for Jason Aldean. So if y'all know him, tell him it's ready. Because I'm ready to collect the paychecks. When I was a little boy, my granddaddy used to take me out into the cotton fields of Arkansas, and he'd show me how cotton was raised in the old days. And he'd take me by the pool hall where he was raised by his daddy. I don't really know how that worked out, but I realized at a young age, at about 7 or 8, that they do things a little different in a country town, so I wrote this song. It's called Rollin' in a Country Town. Say it's a backwards place, everybody knows your name, and we plant our feet in solid ground. Soft hands up for bankers and girls, red arms are fashion in my world. We work from the rooster till the sun goes down. That's how we live, that's how it is, that's how we roll in a country town. Football field, pep rallies and tailgate meals, and every daddy swears his boy is all stayed down. Nights thicker than a custard pie, skeeters fill the pale moon sky, and we got the prettiest girls around. That's how we live, that's how it is, that's how we roll in a country town. I've ever known. I can move away, but it'll always be home. Here we go. dog on Saturday and fill the wagon up with hay. Ain't nothing sweeter than that John Deere sound. Every man's as good as his word, every yes is it, sir. And God-fearing people help their neighbors out. That's how we live. That's how it is. That's how we live. That's how it is. That's how we roll in a country town. So one Sunday, I was coming home from church. I looked over in the passenger seat of my truck, and I decided to write what I saw, because I am from Mississippi, and this is the things we take to church down there. Here we go. I got my Bible and a loaded 38. You touch my Bible, son, your hand will go away. Is that straight? This is how we live. This is how it is. This is how we roll. It's there somewhere. My time frame is. 2 more? 1 more, 2 more. 1 more? Okay. Slow, fast. You tell me. Tell you what, I wrote this one. A lot of my songs were about my granddad and how I grew up. And I rarely ever, I've never actually ended a set with this song, but I usually introduce it like this. All singer-songwriters are just a bunch of liars and storytellers that tell their lies and their stories and put them to music. But every once in a while, you come across a song that you decide to write, and the second verse of this song details exactly what I did on that July day my granddaddy died. This song is called Bread. It's been a long road, it was a rough ride, but I'd do it all again. And I've had some good times, now I've had a nice life, and then he pulled me in. That's when he turned his head, and I won't forget the next thing he said. And I smell bread cooling on Mama's stove. I hear a truck door shut, and I guess my daddy's home. If I've got time, I'm gonna play outside. I got me a mason jar, and I'm gonna catch fireflies. It was the last thing he said. I smell bread. It was a hot day in that old pickup truck the morning that he died. Drove to our fishing spot, I let down the tailgate, sat out there and just cried. But as I fished that day, inside the wind, I could hear him say, I smell bread cooling on Mama's stove. I hear a truck door shut, and I guess my daddy's home. And if I've got time, I'm gonna play outside. I got me a mason jar, and I'm gonna catch fireflies. It was the last thing he said, and I smell bread. To go, I pray the good Lord will take me home. And I smell bread cooling on Mama's stove. I hear a truck door shut, and I guess my daddy's home. If I've got time, I'm gonna play outside. I got me a mason jar, and I'm gonna catch fireflies. Oh, and I smell bread cooling on Mama's stove. I hear a truck door shut, but I know my daddy's gone home. And I'll make time, and I'm gonna play outside. I got me a mason jar, and I'm gonna catch fireflies. It was the last thing he said. Oh, the last thing he said. I pray the last thing I said. I smell bread. Thanks, Jeremy.